In this input program, it is intended to give us an output with the value input by the user. Int year level here is a variable declaration and terminated with semicolon. Int stand for integer and year level stand for a variable. So year level here is a considered to be a channel or a container or storage area that will accept only integer or number, and it could be positive or negative. The fact that it's a whole number. Printf tells the compiler to display a text, and this is an instruction to user to input a value during runtime. Present D in a scanf. This is a heads up to the compiler and expected to read a number that is inputted by the user and pass and store here in year level variable. So meaning this year level variable has already a value and present the here in printf function call and display the value of year level during runtime. And let's see the result. Just compile and run. In this console, it instructs the user to input a value. And for example, the user is in first year level, so the user will input here a whole number that is 1 and press enter. Okay, so display here I am first year. This year level variable, we can also reduce it in its simplest form to while level. So why we are doing that? For that, this will save us time and prevent in misspelled spelling for it appears in several times. So if we are going to simplify this variable, then we also have to simplify this thing and the other one, of course. Okay, so let's compile and run. Okay, it works. And another, it instruct here to input a value, and that is 1, and press enter. And that's it. The next one, I'm going to insert here another variable decoration, and that is char, or what we call the character. And I'm going to name a variable for character, section, and terminated with semicolon. Okay, so this function is for int year level, and I'm going to create a function for this variable declaration. So I'm going to copy this line of code, this function, and paste it here. Okay, so this text, it should be like this. Enter your section. Okay, and this will instruct during runtime the user to input a section, and then of course we need this function is scanf. So I'm going to copy this line of code, this function, and paste it here. This scanf is referring to this variable declaration, so I'm going to replace it a character C, and this percent %C is referring to character. And this year level, I'm going to replace it section, okay, because this section is came from here, and it tells the compiler that the value input by the user, and that is character, will be passed and stored in this variable here. Okay, and again, I have to call and display the value inputted by the user. So I'm going to include here the section. I am present D, stgear, and section is that will be present C, of course. So this present D calls a value and displays a value from this variable year level. And this percent %c calls and display a value from this variable section. So we have to copy this section and paste it here. Before that, the separator, the comma, and paste it here. Okay, let's check it. Compile and run. Okay, enter your year level. So for example, your year level is 1. Just press enter here. Enter, oh, something's wrong. Okay, so, okay. We have to put here character space and then F9, that is compile and then run. And let's input here value 1, enter. Enter your section. For example, you are in section B and press again enter. Okay, so it's display here. Give us an output. I am first year and my section is B. Next, let's add here another data types and that is a float. So I will write here float and for example the grade, of course terminated with a semicolon. And I'm going to create a function for this float grade. So here, copy this line of code, this function, and paste it here. And I will say here, my grade is, okay, my grade in programming is, all right. And another function, and that is scanf to read the value input by the user for that grade. So I'm going to copy this line of code, that function, and then paste it here. And of course, I will replace here the present f. This present f is referring to a float. And of course, this variable should be replaced here. Okay. And the last part, of course, is to display the value input by the user. And I'm going to include here, for example, I am first year and my section is B, period. My grade in programming is present f. Okay, so this present f referring to a float. So here we have to copy this variable that is grade, Control C, and paste it here after the section. Of course, the separator first and a variable. Let's check it. Just compile and run. Okay. So let's now input a value. For example, 1. Your section is A. Your grade is 95. Okay. So it display here. I am first year and my section is A. My grade in programming is 95.00000. So as you notice here, it gave us a 6 decimal places because float always gives us a 6 decimal places. To restrict the decimal places, okay, we have to edit our code here. So here in present f, we're going to restrict the decimal places. For example, the decimal places should only appear two decimal places. So let's start with a period and then 2 point or point 2f and compile then run. Okay, let's see the output. Let's see the result. So for example, of course, 1, then you're in section C, enter. My grade in programming is, for example, 95.6, enter. Okay, so it gives an output here. I am first here and my section is C. My grade in programming is 95 upon a 60 because we have restrict the decimal places here in a present point, a 2f and printf function, and that's it. Okay.